Welcome, Orvillians, one and all. This is Talking to Orville, New Horizons Live, Splosion. Whew, you guys, that was a scary last couple of days. As I'm sure all of you know, yes, Brian Dawkins, it is showtime. Pardon my dust, I'm still putting the studio together in a new configuration. I had to just grab the microphone real quick, get the camera set up real quick, because it was time to go live. Nothing stops an Orvillian from getting done what he or she plans on getting done, you guys. It was very scary. Adrian Palicki, just the other day on the Clear Eyes, Full Hearts podcast, a Friday Night Lights podcast, said that this is the last season, the final season of the Orville. Turns out that's not true. Just as I said in my video I put out yesterday, I got the update this morning, so I put out a quick impromptu video talking about that season 4 is still on the table. Hulu said just a month or so ago that yes, season 4 is on the table. They just have to, figure out what's going on, have that discussion, see how fans react to season 3, because it's a big production. It's a very expensive production, and they want to make sure it's worth it. That we're interested in a 4th season, and yes, we of course are interested in a 4th season. But this is new to Hulu. They got to make sure that all their T's are. You put that little thing across the T, and you dot an I right above its stupid I head or its stupid I neck. Dumb letters, you guys. So things are fine. There is nothing to worry about in the respect of the Orville being canceled. It has not been canceled. The official news that I got today from production is that season 4 is on the table. They're just waiting to see how fans react to season 3. That we're excited for it. That we're hungry for more. And I'm not hungry for more. I'm thirsty for more adventures with these lovable, incredible characters on this incredible ship in this amazing universe that Seth MacFarlane created for us. We are not out yet, you guys. Now, of course, that does mean that when leading up to season 3, New Horizons, which of course I absolutely am going to do my part. That's my plan. That's my bag, baby. To get as many eyeballs on this new season of the Orville as possible as we lead up to March 10th. I'm going to be here every week doing my part. But all of us together, we need to help the Orville communicate to Hulu that we are a vibrant community of fans that want to support this show. And, I always say, hey, at some point we might have to, rally together and send tons of pickle jars to Hulu. Well, I'm pretty sure now that is definitely going to be something that we are doing together as a community. Not right now. It's not time yet. But as we get closer to season 3, actually probably during season 3 in March, when the new season starts, I completely plan on having us all send pickle jars in, not to say, hey, bring the show, save the show. No, to say, hey, we are excited about this show. We want more, to help them know, that this is an exciting universe that we're excited about, and that they need to go ahead and renew it because they have an audience that is ready for more of these adventures, and that's on us. Another season of the Orville is on us. It's our responsibility to be excited about it and to let everyone know about it, and to let Hulu know, what I've said 8 times at this point during the stream, that it's going to be time. And to help with that effort, which is still months away, I have a pickle jar sticker ready. It says Renew the Orville, has a great logo for the Orville and pickles. It says S4 for season 4, and it says we are the Orville. I pinned it to the top of the chat. You can click on that, and when the time comes, stickers are ready to put on those pickle jars, so they know exactly where these pickle jars came from and why these pickle jars came to them. But it's still months away. We have plenty of time to prepare for that, because season 4 is definitely going to happen if we show up. And what's going on, you guys? What's up, Dr. Scott Giles? Eccleston's Angel, Brian Dawkins, it's good. Curtis Tate, what's going on? Those are all official channel members. Official channel members, by the way, besides being highlighted, your names being highlighted green to make them easier for me to see, you all have your badges next to your names now that showcase how long you've been a supporter of this channel, of Talking the Orville, as well as, of course, members only emojis. Let me drop some in the chat right now. And of course, the more members we get, the more emojis I can create for us to use during our chats. Captain Trek, what's going on? Pickle jars sound interesting, but what is the reason? Seems an odd pick. Unless you want to open this jar of pickles for me. Jar of pickles is a saying we've used for years now. When Captain Mercer says to Alara multiple times throughout the season, and once in season 2 for Tala in the alternate timeline to open this jar of pickles for me. It is our symbol of getting it done, doing the work, embracing this universe that we all love to play in, that I get to play in every day, and I absolutely love it. Kevin Scott, hey JP, glad I could be here for a live. Yeah, I didn't even know I was going to be doing a live show today. My plan was to be working on the studio all day, yesterday and today, but of course the Orville scare that we got this week made it so I had to stop the retrofit to help match New Horizons and make some videos and communicate with you guys, because you guys, we're the most patient community out there when it comes to this nerdy stuff. But I don't have to make you guys wait. I wanted to communicate to you guys right away. We wait for the Orville, but we shouldn't have to wait for news about the Orville, and I'm not going to make you guys wait. Yeah, we could always send stuffed Kermits. That's a good one as well. Kermits, pickle jars, maybe some corner pieces of cake, though they might go bad in the mail. The reason they will end in season 3 could be that the series is too expensive to continue. Well, it is very expensive, but they're not ending in season 3, at least not yet. That was just something Adrian Palicki said because she is under the impression that this was the final season. But as I already knew, and as it was confirmed this morning, season 3 isn't the end. They're just waiting to see how our reaction to season 3 is, to see if it's worth doing another season, which is totally understandable. This is Hollywood's a business. They're on a new platform now. They need to make sure that that platform is a viable place for us to watch the Orville and to be excited about it and to embrace the universe. So it all makes sense. It's business. Everything we've ever seen on a screen, big or small, is a business. They're there to make money back, or at least pay for itself, right? Only 146 days until New Horizons. I assume that that's correct. Now, I did put up on EgotasticFunTime.com an Orville New Horizons countdown clock. So if you go to EgotasticFunTime.com, there's, besides some really cool Orville stuff right then and there, pretty slick, I must say. Pat myself on the back for that one. There's a thing that says countdown clock. You click on that, it'll tell you exactly down to the second how long we have to wait for the new season of the Orville. Kermits sound easier. Man, I don't know if I can give up a jar of pickles. I don't know if I can give up a Kermit plushie. If I had a Kermit plushie, I'd probably keep it for myself. Sleep with it at night. Not in a weird way. Just a grown man sleeping with a plushie. What's wrong with that? Yeah, lots of hashtags on Twitter, and that king of that kind of thing. Yes, now there's any hashtag that you want to use is great, as long as you also use it in conjunction with hashtag the Orville. I always do hashtag the Orville, hashtag renew the Orville, and I've come up with a new one that I've been using to show how strong our community is. Hashtag we are the Orville. Oh, wow. Christina, hey, thank you very much for helping to keep the lights on here. Very much. That's what I'm talking about right there on that phone. Hope everyone has a super weekend. I hope you have a super weekend too, Christina. Maybe together, now that we know that season 4 is a possibility, I think we all can rest a little bit easier this weekend and celebrate a bit. Yeah, we could send 500 cigarettes. Oh, that'd be expensive. Cigarettes are costly from what I hear. but yeah, that's actually a fun idea as well. Yeah, I like Kermit. I wouldn't give him away, says Eccleston. If they'd release some Orville toys into the toy aisles of stores, that might help drum up some support and awareness as well. Yeah, but releasing, coming out with toys, you'd still have to have enough of a fandom hunger for the store to actually say, yeah, let's put this in our aisles. Maybe we could do a Gelogia protest. Ooh, that'd get messy pretty dang quick. Bring a mop if anybody attends a Gelogia protest. But yeah, like I said today, I did not plan on doing a live stream. I put out that video yesterday, which I didn't plan on putting out a video yesterday. But the whole Adrian Palicki thing came up. I'm like, this has to be addressed right now. Stop what you're doing, JP, because I'm about to ruin the internet. So yeah, it was a little bit scary yesterday, but today I woke up with great news that no, just like I said, it's fine. We just have to show our support for the show, and man, I know that I'm going to be doing my part hard. JP, we need a P corner for that. Well, I'm sure we can find a P corner, especially if we all go to LA. There's lots of P corners there. I just came back from my visit with Jay Lee. There's a lot of P corners in Los Angeles. Captain Trek, as much as I like the Orville, I seriously doubt there will be a season 4. Don't doubt it. Never doubt. Never doubt. But yes, there are obstacles to overcome for sure. Because it's a very expensive, and a season 4 would cost just as much, if not more, than a season 3, because they've upped their game. They've leveled up for season 3 so hard, which is nice, that a fourth season would be incredibly expensive. But if we show up, if we show our support, and as the show already knows, they just haven't really done too much yet. Though there are some cool Orville stuff out there to get. There's awesome ship models, guns, stuff like that. They're made by Eagle Moss. There's the Hero Clicks toys for the Orville. There's a whole season 2 of collector cards coming out, just like they did with season 1. That's all up to Watch Their Face that makes those. Is Seth mute on this? Usually when something comes out that's not official, he doesn't really respond to it. But production has responded to it. Tom Constantino put out the word that no, season 4 is complete. It's to be determined. It all depends on us. Hulu's waiting for the ratings to come out for the new season. And of course, that can't happen until the season premieres in March. Rebrand GAC as Yaffet Toys. Seth retweeted it last night that it's returning. I'll have to look into that. Man, I want to look into that right now. I got Twitter up on my computes. Usually all that stuff gets sent by me all the way. Here's Seth. What's up, Seth? Seth, he follows you. You follow each other. Aw, thanks. He retweeted what Tom said about it being to be determined. And then everything else is older. So he did retweet what Tom Constantino posted, that season 4 is still to be determined. It will depend on audience appetite and the season 3 response. So anything can happen. Well, I already know that the season 3 response is going to be huge. That I know, because the season 2 response was huge. The season 1 response was huge. And season 3 is huge. So there's no doubt that the response is going to be huge. And we're going to be getting a lot more new fans for the series. We're already getting, I pay attention to Orville stuff every single day of my life on social media to see what people are saying, to see when people become aware of the series. And a lot of people have just become aware about the Orville, and I see them posting stuff all the time that says, hey, has anybody heard this Orville show? It's amazing. Stuff like that all the time. Oh, that's the one you're referring to. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I saw that Tom posted it, but I started making the video and all that stuff right away. I didn't see that Seth retweeted it. So that means he agrees. Seth agrees that no, there's more Orville as long as we want it. Yeah, season 3, New Horizons. They're not even really calling it season 3 so much on Hulu because it's their very first full season of the Orville all to themselves as a Hulu original. So they gave the instead of calling it season 3, the production still calls it season 3, but they're calling it New Horizons because they're on a new home, and part of the storyline, the story arc for season 3 will be kind of that vibe, New Horizons. They're going to new places, they're exploring and meeting new people. My prediction is that the Orville is tasked with a very important mission by the entire planetary union, all the planets. The Orville, you're our only hope to go out there and let everyone know that there is a threat called the Kalon, and they all need to work together. So they're probably going to be spreading far and wide, because the Kalon, if they start making progress with destroying all sentient life in the galaxy, they need to go to the entire galaxy, the entire universe, and keep spreading out and keep taking out sentient life forms. So I'm thinking the Orville is tasked with going into deep space for the new season and seeing what's out there, so they can let everybody know, hey, there's a threat coming. It's a Paul Revere move, you guys. If we are doing a Geloja protest, we need Jay Lee, and it has the emoji. I'm so glad I made those emojis, as he is a famous pianist. Yes, absolutely. He's an incredible musician. Absolutely incredible. I saw his concert twice a couple weeks ago, and got to sit down, interview him during dress rehearsal. And man, we had a great time. But I got to listen to him play not only at dress rehearsal, but then also the actual 2 shows with a full audience. Eccleston's Angel, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Be right back. I'm hungry too. Hungry for more Orville. The Orville should come across Elon Musk's Tesla floating through space somewhere. That's actually a good gag. And that's a gag I can see the Orville actually doing. The thing's been out there for 400 years. And and they come across it. That's pretty amazing. That would be a good one, I think. I'm more than ready for new Orville epis. Me too. We're getting 10 episodes for New Horizons. They're all minimum length, 72 minutes minimum per episode. But of course, the episodes are going to be ranging between 70 minutes to 90 minutes for the episodes. We just don't know which episodes will be which length, but at the minimum 70 minutes per episode. But of course, there's going to be plenty that are more than that. There's also supposed to be a couple of 2-parters throughout the season. I'm guessing the finale will be a 2-parter, but there might be another one locked in there somewhere, kind of like with Identity Part 1 and Part 2. There was 2-parters in Season 2. Identity 2-parter, which I call the Identity Saga, and then of course Tomorrow, and The Road Not Taken were pretty much a 2-parter. Andre Bormanis told me earlier, before the season even aired, that there was going to be another 2-parter, because we already knew there was going to be one 2-parter, and they were talking about Identity, and then Andre let it slip to me when I interviewed him at Yuri's night, that there's actually another one, that the finale is a 2-parter. But then he contacted me a couple days later, says, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Could you take that out of the interview?" I'm like, "Well, I won't take it out, but I'll just wait until until everybody knows that there's a 2-parter, and then I'll re-release it." Oh, I'm way behind on Lower Decks this season. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, but I still have to watch the rest of the season. Oh, Roberta just finished Season 2. Man, what a great ending. It's like a hopeful ending for Season 2. The Road Not Taken, but also, did everything get fixed? In Season 3, we don't know if the timeline was fully 100% restored. My guess is it wasn't 100% restored, because there's so many things that happen in, the universe is chaos, basically. So I think if you restore a timeline, that everything wouldn't necessarily happen as it did 100% the same as it did before. Oh man, the Bishy, what's going on?
Oh my God!
Thank you so much, very much appreciated.
So good. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
That is so good.
So good. I need a Twinkie right now. I can't eat
Sweet
Twinkies
emotion.
though. Thanks for all the awesome content, JP. Sending positive vibes your way from Vancouver, Canada. Cheers to you and everyone that looks like you. Thank you very much. My condolences to anyone that looks like me, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to work on it, so maybe you can work on it too. We've been going to the gym 4 times a week, getting up about 4:45 in the morning, and me and Jessica have been going to the gym. We just finished our 4th day this morning, so we're both feeling better. And then a couple more weeks, and we're gonna be jacked, you guys, doing all that weight training that we're doing. Thank you very much, the Bishy. You're really helping out. Very much appreciated. Archmage says, I like the ending of season 2. Oh, I did too. It really made you want more. You wanted to see everything restored, right? What's up, Mark Trammell? Ah, yes. Next week we are getting. Let me see what day that is on. I mean, I won't do it on the day. I'm going to probably do it on Thursday. Oh, but yeah, the comic book, the new Orville comic book, Artifacts Part 1, comes out, I think, Wednesday next week, and I'll be doing a live reading of it on Thursday, because I want to have our Talking the Orville live shows happen every Thursday, minimum, at least on Thursdays. We did 2 streams this week because of the news that came out. So sometimes we'll be doing extra live streams if something kicks off. So yeah, we'll be doing a live reading next week. I still have not done a digressions part 1 and 2 live reading. So at some point we have to do that as well. The Bishy says there's a 4:45 a.m. I only know about the PM ones. Yeah, apparently there's an AM one. I found out about it on Monday. The first day that we went, we got home. We were at the gym for about an hour. I got home. I went right back to sleep. But every day since we get home, and I'm, rearing to go. I'm super energetic and all that stuff. So I throw on some non-stinking gym clothes and I come in here and I start working. Yeah, Digressions is probably my favorite Orville comic because it directly relates to and leads up to The Road Not Taken. So what you do if you want the full story, what you do is you watch Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow from season 2, the penultimate episode, and then you read Digressions 1 and 2, and then you watch The Road Not Taken. They're all together one big giant epic episode. Archmage says, I want you to do individual crew show intro parodies. Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman. Oh, I haven't thought about doing individual TV show parodies. I like that idea. One of the things I am working on for the next many months that we're waiting for season 3 is I'm going to be doing a best of video of every character. A week or so ago, I did one for Jay Lee, for John Lamar, a best of John's, but I'm going to be doing one for every single character. The next one that I'm working on is I want to have a Lara week next week. So I'm going to be doing a best of Alara, and then I'm also going to be doing kind of a spotlight informative episode about Halston Sage and the Alara character as well. Jeff B, hey, welcome to the channel, an official channel member now, Jeff. You are an ego trooper, and I very much appreciate it. Where's Gordon's leg? Now, another great thing I'm excited to work on this year, every year really, but I usually prefer to have more information. We don't have a lot of information yet, but I'll be doing another holiday song for the Orville. I just got to figure. I think I've already figured out which song I was going to use. I forget right now. I'll remember at some point, especially when I start to work on it. But yeah, I'll be writing another Orville holiday classic. We've done about 3 so far. Now the last one didn't have any new information because we had to skip getting a season last year because of the pandemic. But yeah, so this time I'll have a fun Orville song, holiday song, and then next year I'll have one that actually refers to the episodes from season 3. Anton says, my favorite episode so far is Home. What a great episode. The 2 doctors, Star Trek doctors. You got John Billingsley, Phlox, and you got Robert Picardo, the Doctor, and working together in that episode. Really an amazing dynamic and some really serious stuff being tackled in that episode. Actually, that episode, Robert Picardo-wise, that is my favorite acting performance from Robert Picardo in anything he's ever done. Halston shows great acting chops. Also, we get Picardo and Billingsley just choose the scenery. Pure fun. Yeah. Can I get some trivolve sauce? Why don't you serve it with your hand? Oh, yeah, I'm going to serve it with my hand. Funny one. No, I mean it. Yeah, we'll be doing Best of Alara and then also a regular Alara episode where we really, a little bit more informative episode about her as well. Yes, I did just start thinking about that Halloween Orville themed episode. That might have I might combine that with the Alara episode. We could talk about Firestorm, which is kind of a scary episode of the Orville, where all that stuff starts going wrong. They have a giant spider. You have the hobo clown. He wasn't really a hobo clown, but it's fun to refer to him as a hobo clown. Your favorite Picardo performance is Living Witness. I need to check that out someday when I have time to check things out. I'm dreaming of an Orville space trip. All Trek doctors should be Salayans. Oh, I didn't even put that together. The two Trek doctors are both Salayan. What's up, Tink? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Some scary clowns, maybe AVP, Alien vs. Predator. Oh, it's a Voyager episode. Okay. Oh, then I'm sure I've seen it. I don't remember what the story is. I've been wanting to rewatch Voyager. It's a lot of episodes, man. It's a lot of time to spend watching a show. I just never have time like that anymore. Me and my stepson, we just got done binge watching. It took us 3 days because I can only watch 2 or 3 episodes a night. It's all I have time for. We just got done binge watching Squid Game. Oh, we both just absolutely loved it. We had to get over the voiceover stuff, which was kind of corny at many points, but you kind of forget about the voiceovers because the story is so intriguing. I highly recommend Squid Game. Oh, they just took Voyager off Netflix? Yeah, I stopped keeping track. I knew all the Star Trek stuff would eventually be disappearing from all streaming services once the contracts ran out, as Paramount Plus becomes the #1 hub for everything Star Trek. I'm going to check out Prodigy. Depending on what I think about it will determine on whether I keep watching it. I'm all for Prodigy and kids being introduced to Star Trek in one way or form, but I'll have to see if it's the type of entertainment. It's not meant for me. It's not meant for dudes my age, but you never know. Sometimes things click anyway. So I'll check it out and see if it's something that I'm excited about. But I'm glad kids get some sort of Star Trek cartoon to watch. I wouldn't necessarily, younger kids, I wouldn't necessarily want them to be watching, though if they were my kid, I'd be fine. But watching Lower Decks, because there's a lot of adult humor in there. But, we'll see. But yeah, I'll be checking out Prodigy and we'll be talking about it. I don't know if we'll be talking about all that stuff during the live shows here. But as far as putting out videos, anything that I'm inspired to put out a video about and talk about that's not Orville will be on regular Egotastic FunTime channel. I do not know if I put a link yet to the new Egotastic FunTime channel in the description yet. But if you just type in Egotastic FunTime, it'll be there. You'll see my logo and it'll say Egotastic FunTime. You can click and follow that, and it's already got I've already put up a couple of new videos in the last few days, last couple weeks. Hey, Mark Lawrence, what's going on, Mark? Member for 2 months, Jaloja Squad. Ooh, the Jaloja Squad. Jaloja, thanks for keeping the flame going. Thank you for re-upping there, Mark. Very much appreciated. Oh yeah, this flame's not going out. I've been so inspired by just that little teaser trailer from New Horizons. I'm like, oh man, they really leveled up. I can finally see just a tad bit of how they've started leveling up the show, and it inspired me to just level up not only myself personally, but everything, my content, this room, my setup, just really put in the effort and really have do everything to the best of my ability to show the interwebs, to show Hollywood, to show producers what I can do, what I can produce, and to, put out better stuff for this community. I've been kind of just been keeping my head above water the last couple of years, waiting for more Orville. And, we put out a lot of fun stuff and had a lot of fun conversations, but it wasn't to the quality that I know that I can do as far as editing and writing and jokes and the fun that I know that I'm able to provide. But I'm completely on fire right now, and I'm going to get it. Mark Lawrence also with a super chat. Thank you very much.
Boom. Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right. A little bit like that. And now for actual monies, we've got to bring more people into the Orville. Keep it going until season 10 like Stargate SG-1 got. Oh yeah, we're going to get it, you guys. We're going to get it. We're going to get that 4th season. I'm going to work as hard as I can. All you guys got to do is just share your love for the Orville everywhere you go. If you go to the grocery store and you're buying, I don't know, a pack of gum or something like that, just say, hey man, the Orville's awesome. Oh, there's my change. Thanks. Oh, my receipt. All right, see you later. Watch the Orville. Bye. That's what I do. Every once in a while, I'll wear one of my Orville shirts. And there's usually some stranger will come up and say, oh, I love that show. And that always feels good. Archmage, I dig it. No matter what, the adage is true. Change is bad. Change is bad. Don't do change, you guys. And let me go back to... I still have Seth MacFarlane's Twitter on the screen there. But yeah, I'm so relieved that production put out that tweet this morning, or maybe it was last night. I don't know. I wasn't on Twitter last night. That no, season 4 is still a total possibility. If we want it and we show up, which we are. Come on, let's not even pretend like we're not going to show up and watch season 3 and talk about it and go crazy, go nuts on it. As long as we want it and we show up in force to celebrate the show when it comes out, that yeah, we'll totally get a season 4. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm positive because I just put myself in the situation. It took 3 years of a lot of work to get this season done, and they got put on hold for 1.5 years. That's why it took so long. It was going to take a long time anyway because of the scope of the season. But then you add the pandemic, and then you add once they're legally allowed to go back to filming, that they had to, it still took even longer than it normally would have because they had to go by and follow extremely rigid COVID protocols while filming. I mean, everyone had to mask up. Everyone that walked onto that set had to get tested every single day, whether you're working or not, to make sure that the virus is not going to stop production again. And so that slowed things down as well. It took longer to get everything filmed per day because of that. They went through so much to get this season. Jay Lee said, wow, it was like a mountain to climb. And I'm like, well, you did it. He's like, yeah, we sure did. He's super excited for the season. And all of that they had to go through to get this season done. I'm sure they all want a little bit of a break to go think about other things for a little bit, decompress, because they're still making the show right now. Seth MacFarlane is making the show right now. He's part of the editing as well. He's there the whole time, following every single thing that's being done. The promotion, recording all the music. There's still so much to do on the back end for this season, and he's working all of it. When he gets to step away for a little bit, once the season starts, then I'm sure all the creative juices are going to come back. I mean, that's how I work. That's how most people work. If you're eating peanut butter every single day for 3 years, you kind of get less excited about peanut butter, and then a couple of weeks go by and you're like, I could use some peanut butter. It's that sort of thing. Eccleston says, I'm back. Just scarf down chocolate chip waffles. Oh man, chocolate chip anything, waffle anything. I haven't eaten at all today. I don't get to eat for another 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, I'm still doing one meal a day, you guys, and I'm loving it. And now that I'm doing 1 meal a day, OMAD, and working out, this physique is gonna get it's gonna shrink down a little bit. A friend told me Hollywood went on strike with the effect without affect the release date. Well, they already, before they announced the release date, they knew that strike was possible, and it was very near to happening, and then they still gave out the release date. So I'm thinking that the production doesn't think it's going to affect anything, though. If the strike is going on, I haven't. I kept track of it, but I haven't really looked at it in the last couple of days because I'm trying to get this room finished. They do have to stop editing. But I do know that as of this morning, Tom was still editing. So maybe they have some sort of workaround. I do know that I was talking to some producer friends back when I was in LA a couple of weeks ago, and they were kind of telling me about it because they're getting ready to film something. And they said, oh, that strike only affects productions of a certain amount of money and above. Now, of course, the Orville will be part of that, but I don't know. Maybe they figured out some kind of loophole. I don't know. I have to look into that. But, I don't think it'll delay the Orville because they knew it was coming and they still put out the release day. Why the hell would they strike? Oh, it's all of Hollywood. It's oh man, I used to know all the ins and outs, but there's Little Hollywood, basically the people that make everything, that the cameramen, the editors, the writers, all that stuff. They've been taken advantage of for the last few years. They're not really getting paid living wages, and they're being asked to take less money on streaming service productions. A lot of this has to do with streaming. The streaming services aren't necessarily paying what they should be paying. Because they're like, oh, we don't know if streaming's viable. Like, for instance, Apple Plus is asking productions to charge them less because they don't know if streaming is viable. I'm like, well, what does that have to do with the people that are working on this thing? You want people to work on this thing, you got to pay them what they're supposed to be paid and not ask them to take less money because you don't know if you're making something that's going to make you money. Well, that's too bad for you. So they're just asking for better health insurance, lunch breaks, because they're not even they haven't even been allowed lunch breaks like they're supposed to be, and they want people to work 12, 14 hours a day, and they're not, through lunches and all that stuff. So they're just looking for it to be treated a little bit better. Because trust me, Apple's making money. Apple's making money. So it's just a whole bunch of Hollywood business stuff, but they'll get it sorted out. They always do. Tink says you can't expect actors to stay under contract after filming in one season ends before the next is contracted. They have to move on to other projects. Absolutely, and I'm sure many of them are. I already know of one of them that might be moving on to an interim project with those producer friends that I was talking about. They're saying that, yeah, someone from the Orville is looking to get cast in a film. Now, all of them should be trying to get work as much as they can because, you might spend a couple months on a project and, a new season of the Orville wouldn't start filming for a long time because it has to be written. Now, one time when I was talking to Jay Lee during the pandemic, he says, if I know Seth, he's probably writing stuff right now. So I bet you Seth has plans for the 4th season, but whether or not it really gets fleshed out will depend on if it gets renewed or not. A lot of places are. Nabisco just ended their strike and Kellogg's is on strike now. Well, the news just doesn't like to cover it. Yeah, the news doesn't like to cover much when it comes to strikes because audiences don't really care about that stuff. Now Hollywood gets a little bit of coverage because it's Hollywood, it's exciting. They make stuff that everybody watches. Yeah, editors. The strike does affect editors. So if something is already in the can, it's filmed. Editors have to stop working if they're part of the union, and I think pretty much most of them are. Yeah, temporary reassignment. There you go. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Seth's too busy to make a fourth season. No, he's too busy by my standards, but Seth has always done a million projects at once, whether we know about it or not. He can do it. He's been doing it all, and he can continue to do it all. So I wouldn't let that work into anyone's worries. They just schedule this stuff. It's like, oh, during this part of the year, I'm working on the Orville. This other part, he's producing a lot of stuff. He's creating stuff with people and having those people go out and make stuff. That's different than showing up to film the Orville. But I do hope he loosens the reins a little bit and lets the other that he doesn't write as much. He usually writes half of the episodes in a season, and he's always doing, all the meetings. He's got his hands in every little thing. I think he can step back because he's really trained the people that make the Orville to really follow in his footsteps and really lift up the universe and do right by it and do right by us. So I'm hoping that he does step back a little bit, just like he has with animation, Family Guy, American Dad. He just shows up to, he has a little bit of say, but mostly those productions make the shows, and he shows up just to do the voices. I would be totally fine if he takes a few steps back and just shows up to play Ed. Oh yeah, today is Friday. Oh, that's right. Christine was talking about the weekend. We got a weekend, you guys. The reins of space fall mainly on the Seth. A little word puzzle there to help with diction. The reins of space fall mainly on the Seth. Oh, tell us about your trip to the fair. Well, the fair was fun. I love the fair. Fair is part of my DNA. Back home in California, we'd go to the fair every year, the Ventura County Fair. When I got older, I was an adult. Me and my mother would just always go to the fair, just together, because we both enjoyed the fair. I moved out here, just to kind of keep that going. Every year I go to the fair because I absolutely love it. I love going to the expo and looking at all the tables and getting a street corn and having a drink and walking around and looking at the animals. I don't really go on rides, but I did go on a ride this year because I had my stepson was with us, and he wants to go on rides because he's a kid. And so I'm like, oh, I don't do rides, but I do like those water log jammer rides. So we went on that. I put a quick little video and a short up on that on the regular Egotastic FunTime channel the other day. I like me a log ride. A little drop, a little splash, a little boop, boop, boop. It was a lot of fun. I usually always think about having some crazy fair food thing, but I always never do once I get there. Once I have my street corn, I'm usually like, okay, I'm good. So I never usually get the fried stuff, but back in the day I used to. I don't really anymore. So that's all I had when I was there. I think I bought a beer and I had a street corn. And that's pretty much all the money I spent when I was there. Otherwise, I just like walking around and people watching. Happy Friday. Yeah, the days tend to blur together. Yeah, since, as a content creator, I can always be working. There's never a time where I can't just come in here and start working. So I do forget what days, the days quite a bit, because I'm like, every day is a work day if you just sit down and work. It is a bit of a bummer, though, because I always had that feeling like, oh, I should be working, making the thumbnail, this, and that. I don't do a lot of the things that I used to like to do, like play video games or just watch TV shows and all that stuff, because every time I do, I feel like I should be working, so I just stop. I don't do that stuff anymore, or if I do, 15 minutes go by and I'm like, I should go make a thumbnail or something, so then I just quit and then I come back in here. But yeah, you guys, and then so like I said at the beginning of the stream, at some point I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing a pickle jar I prefer to say rally, but I guess it's a petition or whatever. We'll probably end up having to send. I'm thinking March to because it'll get in the paper. You know, just like with Jericho, everyone sent nuts and they wanted to get that third season of Jericho. All the fans sent nuts to the studio. I'm thinking we'll probably be sending pickle jars to Hulu, but not really to say, hey, give us a fourth season, but to say, hey, we love this show. We absolutely love this show, and that alone will make Hulu say, okay, we probably should renew this show. People absolutely love it. But I did design stickers for those pickle jars, and I posted it at the top of the chat there. It's pinned to the top. When the time comes, those pickle jars are going to be needing labels, so I made special Renew the Orville Season 4 We Are the Orville stickers to put on those pickle jars. You can check that out. I might make t-shirts as well, but we'll see. I think the pickle jars are more important. We don't need to be sending t-shirts to Hulu, though people might want to wear those shirts. We have a couple of Aldis in town. I've never been into an Aldi, but people keep telling me I should check it out. Thanks, Tink. Tink says the pickle jar sticker is inspired. It was. I was like, man, because I was daydreaming in my head about sending pickle jars to Hulu, and then it gets on the news, which also is exposure for the Orville, and then Hulu knows that people love the Orville, and they're willing to go through this effort to save their show. Not that the Orville really needs saving right now. It just needs the season 3 to come out so we can show up and watch it and get those viewer numbers up, which we can't do until March. But I was daydreaming about that. I'm like, man, it'd be great if those pickle jars had actual labels on them, so that people could just stick the jar, the label on the jar, and just send it in, and it says everything that they want it to say. So those now exist. You celebrated Canada with your ride on the Niagara Falls log flume. Yeah, I like me a flume. I like big flumes, and I cannot lie. You Canadians can't deny. We could all rent cars from Avis on a specific day. Orville discount. Hopefully Avis would give the discount. Or at least sponsor the show. Avis should be giving money to the Orville to use the term Avis. We try harder. And then I could stream for probably about 5 to 10 more minutes, you guys, because I do got to get back to getting this room set up. Wire management. Ooh, isn't that always fun? And I got so much gear all over the place that all needs to be organized. I have my camera set up. I still need to put some stuff on the walls and take stuff off the walls and move stuff around. But, man, a lot of wire management, which I'm not inspired to do wire management, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I want this room clean and ready to film no matter what I'm filming, whether it be Angry Nerd Troll, who's coming back. He's going to have his own little space here in the studio. A green screen for special, stuff that I need a green screen for. Talking the Orville is being set up back here. Egotastic FunTimes is going to be set up over here so I can just move the camera to where I need it and have it all available here. Yeah, cleaning and organizing. Such a joy. Not. Oh, Tink wants bumper stickers. That's a viable option. That's something I'm able to make. Yeah, JP getting wired. You other brothers can't deny. I got a whole thing of zip ties up on this shelf I got over here. I mean, a whole thing. Really long zip ties. I mean, I could kidnap people if I wanted to, but I don't want to. But I got zip ties ready to go. Yeah, put a tag on each wire saying what it's for. I really need to do that for my computer. Also, I need to reorganize all my USB stuff that's plugged into my computer to make sure it's in the optimal spot. So many things to do, you guys. Why can't we just have everything just connect wirelessly? Oh, I know. Money. Thanks, Roman. All my love back to you. So, okay, coming up on Egotastic FunTime, the best of Alara, as well as an Alara-centric video, as well as whatever weird thing pops into my head. I have a couple of ideas. One of you, it might have been Brian, had an idea for an Orville short. I'll be putting that up as well. And don't forget, regular Egotastic FunTime has weekly content as well. And what kind of content do I put up there? Any damn thing I want. Whether it be a vlog, whether it be a sketch, whether it be some weird shorts, whatever. Anything that comes into my mind goes over to Egotastic FunTime channel, because it's not even monetized. I don't have to worry about algorithms. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I can just get weird with it. And you guys know, if you followed me for a while now, I like to get weird. I try to put my weird stuff into my Orville conversations as well. Just because, you know, I got to keep it, you know, JP centric. That's how I stand. That's how I stand apart. Do you think Alara will come back this season? I think there's definitely a possibility we'll get an Alara cameo in New Horizons. I know production is up for it. Seth has said he's up for it because they love the character. As long as it makes sense to the story, absolutely they'll bring her back. You know, once or twice. But I feel that they're going out really far into really, really deep space, very far away from Union's territory. So it would be weird to run into her, but that doesn't mean that they still couldn't. You know, you just write a line of dialogue, a line of context that explains it. Easy peasy. But I'd love to see Halston come back as Alara for an episode. I want to see Alara and Tala tear up some Kalon with their bare hands. Let's get a Selayan dynamic duo out there on the field. Yeah, I feel it's kind of like a Voyager Delta Quadrant type thing, but they're not lost. They don't get thrown out there. That they're on a mission to go into deep space. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but I really feel like that's what's going on. I think they're going to end up having some time travel stuff going on.
Oh, wow.
Because
Sweet
of that
emotion.
very long trip, that very long important mission. And I think that's another reason the entire ship, and this is official, the entire ship has been retrofitted, not just the bridge. There's still carpets, just not on the bridge anymore. A lot of people were sad to see the carpets go, but the carpets are still on the ship. They just took them off of the bridge. Kevin Scott, thank you very much.
Now entering Glory Hole.
Ooh. Here's to help out with your new setup, JP. Looking forward to your Season 3 videos. As am I. I can't wait to get my hands on some Season 3 footage and start just getting all crazy with it. Thank you very much, Kevin. Hey, Lone Puppy, doing well, getting all geared up for the new Talking the Orville New Horizons, getting this room set up. I wish I had a better camera to do these live streams. I mean, I used to, but that was the main camera that I used, which is now way over there, and I can't use it for both, so I had to go back to my regular webcam. Poor Kalon Primary lost his head. He sure did, but I guarantee you there's a copy of his intelligence, of his programming, in storage somewhere on Kalon. They'll just re-upload them. Easy. It's easy when you're artificial intelligence, when you're basically a robot. You just upload you somewhere else. Just like they did in The Road Not Taken, when John, when they were back on the Orville at the end, he was able to grab Isaac's consciousness from the Kalon grid and bring it back into the head and talk to Isaac. Yeah, Laura and Tala knocking Kalon heads in. And also with Kalon, because they're artificial, you can rip them apart. You can be ripping heads off and arms off and all kinds of great stuff with their bare hands. We haven't really seen a Selayan let loose. And everyone's been waiting for it. It's like Game of Thrones and the dragons. When the hell are the dragons going to show up? Well, we got two dragons. Tala and Alara. What? Yeah, and the Kalon, aren't the Kalon all linked? Well, they do have some sort of grid where all their consciousnesses are, so yeah, there's some sort of thing like that. I doubt it's exactly like the Borg, but it is some sort of hive mind type of thing, just in an Orville way. Kylie Pratt says, JP, thank you for liking my tweet on Twitter about my fan-made Orville t-shirt I posted to you. Can't wait to wear it when the conventions in Australia start up again. Oh yeah, you guys, conventions are coming back. They've already started, and they're going to be coming back more and more. We're going to be returning to these nerdy havens of awesomeness. Don't forget to wear your Orville gear to let everybody know that you are an Orvillian. And you can always go to Egotastic FunTime merch down there in the links there and get you some Orville swag to wear at these events. Shameless plug. Yeah, that's part of what I'm thinking too, Teppo. Teppo says theory. They go on a quest to find the organic Kalons. Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. And of course, I still have my theory that the original biological Kalons are the same people from that multiphasic planet from Mad Idolatry that Isaac stayed on for 700 years. Having a Kalon stay with you for 700 years is a great way to come up with an idea to make artificial intelligence that kind of look like Kalons. And it's all a cyclical thing going on, you guys. That planet wasn't just in another universe, it was in another time. It was way back in time. Tens of thousands of years, if not millions. How about Alara visits with her family and they go kick ass on the Kalon, surprising Alara. Surprise, Alara, we're kicking some Kalon ass. Want to join? Hell yeah, you guys. My name's Alara, and that's how I talk. Ooh, Brian Dawkins says, check your PayPal. I'm going to do it right here in front of everybody, Brian. See what's going on here. Oh, plus I got a bunch of emails. Here we go. There's the PayPal. All right, Brian Dawkins. Hey, $50. Thank you very much, Brian. Of course, PayPal is the absolutely best because I get that money right now. So it's Taco Friday. No, just kidding. It's going to go to paying bills. I wish I could get tacos. I can't really get tacos. All money's going to pay the electricity and the internet. But thank you very much. Electricity and internet even more important than tacos right now. So very much appreciated. Brian Dawkins. Bird. That zoo was an awful lot like the menagerie on Talos 4. Talking about Command Performance, Season 1, Episode 2. An amazing Alara episode. Yeah, that also reminded me of a great Twilight Zone episode called People Are the Same Everywhere. I think that's what it's called. Roddy McDowell episode where him and another astronaut, they go to Mars. He runs into some Martians, which look just like us. They give him a home. They give him, a wonderful home to live in. And then they said, hey, rest, we're going to do this and that. And they leave. He tries to leave the apartment or the house and he can't get out. And then the wall opens up and it turns out he's in a Martian zoo. And the sign in front of the bars to the house say human. Yeah, paying the bills for tacos. I wish I could pay the bills and have tacos, but if I can only have one, I'm going to pay the bills. Yes, Jeff B. Hashtag renew the Orville 4+++++. Hashtag share the Orville universe. Yes, I mean, we're super excited for Season 3, and that's our focus right now, really, is to celebrate this upcoming season and adventures that we got. But yeah, in the back of our minds, we got to, keep saying, hey, we need more of these things. So yeah, we can't forget about that. As exciting as it's going to be to have Season 3, we need more seasons. Because also in this day and age, we only get, a handful of episodes per seasons on every show nowadays. So yeah, we need a lot of episodes. But also I do know that it's in production's mind to also do a few Orville movies. So even if they get 3 seasons and 6 movies, it reminds me very much of another popular sci-fi series that did really well with just 3 seasons and 6 movies. People are alike all over. Yeah, that's the word, alike. It's one of my favorite episodes of The Twilight Zone. And when I first watched Command Performance, I'm like, oh, that's just like that Twilight Zone episode. So when I did that review, I did put in a bunch of information about that episode and did some comparisons with it. I do like it when the Orville tackles an issue or a storyline that's been done by, you know, Star Trek or the Twilight Zone. I love being able to go and research that episode of whatever it is that they tackled as well, and put them in and compare how, you know, both shows, do some comparisons about how both shows tackled it. We are cool. And don't forget the Jalo, Jalong, and Prosper hand signal, you guys, which is zip, Jalo, Jalong, and Prosper. The Orville Season 4, where Kelly never existed. Ooh. How would that affect? Well, it kind of did affect. We kind of got that. For Ed, Kelly never existed in The Road Not Taken. I mean, she did, but her life didn't have an effect on his life, and vice versa. So we kind of got to see. Now, of course, when Adrian said that this is their final season, she was probably led to believe that. Or, and I'm not saying that she was being deceptive, but they might have told her that so that type of thing can get, that kind of statement can get out at some point, so that we, the fans, are like, oh, we might lose our Orville, and then we rally and we show up and we make a lot of noise, and we're like, well, no, we love this show, which gives the series, the upcoming season, legs to grow, and you know, other people get excited about it and learn about it. It's called a Hollywood publicity stunt. Not saying that they didn't just tell her that this is the final season, or maybe said, hey, let people think. I mean, it can be either way. It doesn't matter. That's how Hollywood works, and I'm fine with it working that way. I have no problems with that, because look what's happening now. We're all super extra excited about the Orville, and very much more so than ever don't want to lose it. So either way, it's a good thing for the Orville. And if it's good for the Orville, it's good for me, you guys. Or they pull a cousin Judy from Family Matters. She goes upstairs and is never heard from again or even mentioned. Also, that's what happened to the brother on Happy Days. Yes, in Happy Days, there was an older brother that went off to war. They had him in the pilot, and they might have mentioned him a couple times in a couple of episodes, and then he was just gone, never heard of again. They never talked about him again. Yeah, don't forget the 2-finger curve salute. As long as it's not a 13-button salute. Chuck. That's right. The brother, Chuck. Yeah, Richie's older brother. But all right, you guys, I want to thank you guys for being part of the Orvillian community, helping support Talking the Orville, and most importantly, supporting the Orville. It's what's brought us all together. It's given us a new way to celebrate sci-fi, and it's classic. Even though it's new, it's lifting up classic sci-fi, which is, in my opinion, the best sci-fi. Though there's still lots of great sci-fi out there. I just like the classic vibe. Hey, you know, social commentary with some hope and some new adventures and things to think about. One to grow on, you guys. But I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to get back to setting all this up and having an Egotastic FunTime like I like to do. And don't forget to check out Egotastic FunTime channel, which is, you know, a little bit more behind the scenes. Sometimes I talk about what I'm working on this channel. Sometimes I'm just talking about life. Sometimes I'm talking about tacos. I'm usually talking about tacos. But I'll see you very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are Orville-tastic fun times. Love you. Bye-bye.